If you've wanted to always start a business but weren't sure where to start, then this video is for you. Welcome to Top Books. In this video, we will run down the all-time best business startup books that you must read. If you don't want to miss out on the latest top books, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on those notifications. Right, time to run down the top 10 business startup books you absolutely must read. At the number 10 spot is the Startup Owner's Manual, the step-by-step guide for building a great company by Steve Blank and Bob Dorf. First up is the Startup Owner's Manual. Over 100,000 entrepreneurs rely on the goldmine of a book. And you know what? The Startup Owner's Manual is not just a goldmine, it's an entire encyclopedia. It takes you by the hand and teaches you the answers to some of the questions no other business books bother to answer. For example, this 2012 book details what to do in the first week, month, and year of your startup. Its chapters include details like who are the right first customers and why, as well as how to get traffic to your website. These 608 pages are taught at major universities like Stanford, Columbia, Berkeley, and over 100 other leading universities worldwide. Every year, the National Science Foundation literally pays hundreds of startup teams to follow the steps outlined in this book. The Startup Owner's Manual is written by Silicon Valley expert Steve Blank, and he offers over 100 charts, graphs, and diagrams, as well as over 77 checklists that are aimed to guide you and your company to success. Tim Huntley from An Entrepreneurial Life described the Startup Owner's Manual as the best $40 investment you can make in your startup. And others have gone as far as describing this book as the most valuable book on entrepreneurship in the past 25 years. If you want to see even more amazing books about launching your startup, stay tuned to our number 1 pick for the best book on business startups. Rolling in at number 9 is Explosive Growth, a few things I learned while growing to 100 million users, and losing $78 million by Cliff Lerner. If you want an unparalleled glimpse behind the making of the first online dating app and how its creators grew it to 100 million users, then this is the book for you. This particular book, published on November 7th, 2017, is different from the other books in our video today because it incorporates genius tactics for growth made compelling by hilarious storytelling. It features research made by the author Cliff Lerner, who included case studies, practical lessons, epic media hacks, strategies, and a step-by-step playbook that will help you launch your business into epic proportions. If you don't know Lerner's backstory, you're missing out on one of the most inspirational success stories out there. Wanting to grow his online dating startup, Lerner made one of the riskiest investments in his life, betting his company's fortunes on a little unknown platform by the name of Facebook. All of a sudden, his app was attracting hundreds of thousands of new users on a daily basis, and the company's stock price went up to a ballistic 2,000%. Explosive Growth was ranked Best Startup Book of All Time by Benzinga, Best Growth Hacking Business Book by Entrepreneur.com, and the number 1 bestseller in 5 Startup and Entrepreneurship, a top book all around. And number 8 is Hooked, How to Build Habit-Forming Products by Eyal. Published on November 4th, 2014, Hooked, How to Build Habit-Forming Products by Eyal focuses on the most vital aspects of making your startup succeed. He asks the question, what makes us engage with certain products out of sheer habit? He looks deeper into it by looking into whether there's a pattern underlying on how technology hooks us. With compelling and informative storytelling, Eyal answers these questions and more with what he calls the hook model. The hook model is a 4-step process that's in the products of many successful companies that encourages customer behavior without them knowing, with examples from Pinterest and Twitter to the iPhone. This book isn't some abstract theory or a bunch of make-believe instant success fables. Hooked is a realistic step-by-step guide for building better products. Eyal wrote the book he wished had been available to him when he was a startup founder himself. If you're reading this, then you'll hope that your competition isn't reading this. It's that good, said the best-selling author of Seductive Interaction Design, Stephen P. Anderson. Part of what made Hooked so popular, besides its valuable advice, is that it works for all designers, startup founders, product managers, marketers, or basically anyone who wants to understand the influence products have on us. Smashing its way into number 7 is the Emyth Revisited, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It by Michael E. Gerber. The Emyth debunks every false rumor you heard about starting your own business. This bestseller, published on the 1st of January 1995 and written by Michael E. Gerber, a business consultant and author, draws back on many years of experience in starting a business online. Gerber outlines how expectations, common assumptions, and technical expertise can negatively affect your business. His book focuses on the customer above all else. The Emyth is such a phenomenal read that it was voted #1 business book by Inc. 500 CEOs. A must-read. At number 6 is The 4 Steps to the Epiphany by Steve Blank. Another masterpiece by Steve Blank is The 4 Steps to the Epiphany, published on February 1st, 2005. Since its release 15 years ago, it's been regarded as one of the most influential and practical business books of all time. It alone launched 10,000 startups and new corporate ventures. The 4 Steps features a tried-and-true 4-step customer development process that, according to Blank, clarified what makes some startups successful and what makes others sell off their furniture. The 4 Steps helps new business owners discover flaws in their product and business plans, and shows you how to correct these flaws before they become more costly. Customer feedback, testing your assumptions, examples, what to do and when to do it are only a few of the things the 4 Steps detail. After this brilliant read, you'll emerge with a new set of sales organization and marketing skills that will set your business up for success. This classic book is timeless, and its detailed advice may be just the thing that could hold your company afloat during those first few critical months. We're at the halfway point. At number 5 is The Lean Startup, How Today's Entrepreneurs Use Continuous Innovation to Create Radically Successful Businesses by Eric Ries. The Lean Startup by Eric Ries has sold over 1 million copies worldwide and has been translated into over 30 languages. This 2001 New York Times bestseller takes you on a wild, unprecedented journey of Ries' unique approach for strategies for startup companies. He encourages you to treat your business plan like an experiment. He includes lessons he learned about topics like rapid scientific experimentation, shortened development cycles, and measuring actual progress. Ries believes a lot of the failures that occur are preventable. He draws inspiration from his own failures and success, including the failure of his first startup, and attributes it to not understanding what his target customers wanted while focusing too much on the initial product launch. If you want to see the Lean Startup approach, you'll have to get the book for yourself, along with every manager from General Electric, whose CEO, Jeffrey Emyth, makes them read. The ideas outlined will help create the next industrial revolution. At number 4 is Creativity, Inc., Overcoming the Unseen Forces That Stand in the Way of True Inspiration, by Ed Catmull and Amy Wallace. Who better to take advice from than one of the co-founders of Pixar? At number 4 of the best business startup books, we have Creativity, Inc., by Ed Catmull and Amy Wallace. This 2014 book is a must-read for everyone, as it feeds into the curiosity people have about the Academy Award-winning studio behind Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, Inside Out, and dozens of the movies that basically made our childhoods what they are. The best thing about this book is that it focuses on a new aspect of business, which is creativity. If there are 2 takeaways you can be guaranteed from this business Bible, they are how to build a lasting culture and how to build a creative company. Forbes described this as one of the best creative business books ever written. It's aimed to be a manual for every manager and every person who wants originality, creativity, and success in their work. At number 3, we have The Hard Thing About Hard Things, Building a Business When There Are No Easy Answers by Ben Horowitz. People and business books always talk up a big game about the benefits of starting a business while rarely mentioning how difficult it is to run a business afterward. On March 4th, 2014, Ben Horowitz, one of the most famous and genius entrepreneurs of Silicon Valley and co-founder of Andreessen Horowitz, published this masterpiece that answers all the hard-hitting questions. From essential advice on running a startup to everyday problems, Horowitz has you covered. He reveals all the inner secrets he's gained as he developed, managed, sold, bought, invested, and supervised technology companies over the years. From his personal experiences, he answers solutions for issues such as hiring friends, hiring people from friends' companies, and how to manage your own mental health while an entire company is reliant on you. With Horowitz's notorious sense of humor and invaluable advice, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, while teaching you things unavailable at business school, is a must-read for both new startup owners and veteran entrepreneurs. And at number 2, 0 to 1, Notes on Startups or How to Build the Future by Peter Thiel and Blake Masters. When you do something new, you go from 0 to 1. Powerhouse entrepreneur and investor Peter Thiel provides an additional perspective in his 2014 book 0 to 1, which he co-wrote with Blake Masters. Thiel's point is that doing something someone else is doing won't result in you being the next big thing. So the next Bill Gates won't build an operating system, and the next Larry Pages and Sergey Brin won't build another search engine. 0 to 1 is very different from Eric Ries' Lean Startup and Steve Blank's 4 Steps to Epiphany. This 2014 book about business aims to inspire hope for the future of progress in America and offers a new way of thinking about innovation. And at the top spot, we have The $100 Startup. Reinvent the way you make a living, do what you love, and create a new future, by Chris Guillebeau. The $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau, published on May 8, 2012, teaches you how to have the best of all worlds. You can have a career, you can have adventures, and you can make a good living. By his early 30s, the author Guillebeau had traveled to every country on Earth. His trick? Never holding a real job or receiving a paycheck. Now, how is that possible? Guillebeau turns his ideas to gold, and he uses what he earns to support his adventures. For research for the $100 Startup, Guillebeau studied 1,500 individuals who have businesses that earn over $50,000 from modest investments no more than $100. He believes it all comes down to finding the joint path between your expertise, however significant or insignificant as they may be, and what people are willing to pay for. If you're good at one thing, you're probably good at something else. Never teach a man to fish, sell him the fish instead. This twist on the traditional perspective is what enabled Guillebeau to travel the world, supported by his ideas and quirkily earned money. Packed with data, checklists, models, and examples, this book, which according to John Jansch, the author of Duct Tape Marketing and the Referral Engine, is more than a how-to guide. It's a how-they-did-it guide that should persuade anyone thinking about starting a business that they don't have to have a fortune to make one. While this book is aimed more for small businesses, not big corporates, Guillebeau just sees opportunity everywhere, and he encourages you to make a career out of your passion and shows you how to step by step. And that ends the top books to read on business startups. If this has motivated you to start a new side hustle or business, please give it a like and share it with someone that would benefit. Do you have a suggestion for the next top book video? Drop the subject or title in the comments below. See the links to each of the books in our list in the description. And don't forget, keep reading and learning, top book fans.